Former Texas tailback Quintrevion Wisner has committed to transfer to Florida State, joining Mike Norvell in what I got to believe is his last stand if it doesn't go well in Tallahassee. And I think signing Weisner is a good indication of just how good we expect the Seminoles to be in 2026, but still need a quarterback. What's up, kinfolk? It's RJ Young. I am not on a step mill. If this is your first time watching Adapt and Respond, thank you for joining us here. We talk college football year-round. If you're into that, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like this video, and answer the question in the comments below. Do you think that Tre Wisner will be a 1,000-yard tailback for the Seminoles in 2026? Tre Wisner was an outstanding tailback for Texas in 2024 and a good tailback for Texas in 2025. What you're getting in him, if you're the Seminoles, is a dude that knows what it's like to play for championships, a dude that knows what it's like to play in the college football playoff, a dude that knows what it's like to rush for 1,000 yards in a season. Given that Mike Norvell has really committed to running the ball and the kind of offense that Gus Malzahn makes famous, I think that this is a really good fit. Now, can we expect for Quintrevion Wisner to have the kind of success at Florida State that he did at Texas? That part remains to be seen. What is clear is you can't say that Florida State will be as bad as they were in 2025 or even as they were in 2024, given how volatile the college football landscape has been for teams across the board. For instance, Florida State is an ACC team. Teams that we traditionally have, teams that in the last decade we've expected to be good in the ACC include Florida State and Clemson. This year, the ACC championship featured Virginia and Duke, two teams that have not been, shall we say, stalwarts, standard bearers in the ACC. And Duke won the ACC championship with 8 wins in the regular season. Think about Virginia and Tony Elliott finally getting it right in year 3 with a journeyman quarterback in Chandler Morris, a guy that started his career at Oklahoma, goes to Texas Christian, ends up toward Texas, and then to Virginia. You can do it. It's Mike Norvell's talent evaluation and his staff's talent evaluation that I've been really interested to look at. Now, if you add a guy like Anthony Calandria, who had a great year at UNLV last year, perhaps you're getting back to the kind of offense that we're used to seeing with Gus Malzahn. You got your, we're going to run it, and then we're going to throw it deep. There's really not a whole lot on the intermediate passing route tree for Gus Malzahn's offense. They run a lot of posts. They run a lot of goes. They run some ends. You don't really see quick game. They should, right? But when they run their RPO stuff, there's a slant in there, right? But outside of that, it's can you run the football? And that's as simple as I can make it. What Tre Wisner gives that staff is a guy who can run the football. Gavin Sawchuk, decent, not great. You've had dudes, Roydell White, decent, not great. We thought that with Florida State going to get all of these Alabama players in years past, especially with Nick Saban's retirement, that it was going to be that good. Didn't go that way. We thought with Tommy Castellanos, they might have something special at the position. They did for about 3 weeks, right? When you're able to upset Alabama in week 1, a team that finished in the SEC championship and in the college football playoff with a win, you got to think that you're doing something right if you were Mike Norvell. The problem is, what have you done for the last 8 weeks, right? Why isn't Florida State's name one that we talk about? And a lot of it is, again, some coaches have just been either short-sighted, Dabo Swinney, and how they think about the transfer portal, how they think about recruiting in this new era, and others have flat missed on their evaluations. Again, much was made out of DJ Uiagalelei in 2024 and the $2 million they paid to the defensive line. That turned out to be one of the worst teams in Florida State football history. With moves like to Weisner, you're starting to hit on a philosophy that I'm seeing more coaches and front offices take into account. I mentioned earlier in a segment today that I was having a conversation with a D2 head coach who basically acts as his own front office. The staff and that's what they got. So making the deals is the most difficult part of his job. Maybe you've seen Prairie View A&M's head coach went to Twitter to yell and basically say, I don't want to talk to your agent. I only want to talk to players and their parents. And I'm thinking, that is a man that is overwhelmed and inundated with people that are asking for money and or expect to be paid handsomely. Now, it's HBCU football, but you still expect to get paid, and you still expect to get paid pretty well. To say that you're not going to talk to an agent is to say that you don't want to do business. And doing business is what you got to do to win college football games at any level now, because it's all legal. The bag is right there in front of you, and it's legal tender, and it's taxable, all of it. There's no more cash transfers. The bag man has become the guy that is the general manager, right? Like that's what it is. So when I look at Florida State, robust staff, you can afford all of the folks you have. The only thing they could not afford to do, it seemed, was pay for wins and then fire Mike Norvell, because I think it's going to be like $80 million to get rid of him. But in Weisner, you get a guy that started a bunch of games and played a lot of football and know what it like to win. That is what this Division II coach and I were talking about. He said, that's how I'm evaluating now. What Curt Cignetti had done at Indiana, he pointed out he's done everywhere he went. Okay. When it was legal to get guys grad transfers, he would do that. When it became legal for guys to go into the transfer portal and not sit out the year, he did that. It really is, can that dude play at his position? Did he start a bunch of games at his position? Was he productive at his position? Independent of whether or not the team was any good, right? That's the point. Were you the best at your spot, and were you the best at the spot on your team? And do you have production to show for it? That is how we're picking out guys that can play now. So you're less enthusiastic about your high school recruiting unless you know you're going to nail it, right? And you're more enthusiastic about getting players not just from Power 4 schools that are cast-offs, but all the way down to Division III in some cases. Guys that can flat out play. Quintrevion Wisner is a guy that can flat out play. The offensive line of Texas was not very good, but I also think that dude runs hard and he runs through people. And that was what was really fun to watch against A&M. You know, as Arch Manning was getting loose, the run game was getting loose against Michigan. These are things that you expect to take advantage of if you are Florida State. And there shouldn't be a huge reason as to why you can't be great in 2026. I realize that Florida State has been everybody's favorite punching bag, including here on this show, but I'm less enthusiastic about that stuff, especially in January, right? I'm enthusiastic about what are you doing to try to contend? And is what you're doing to try to contend moaning and complaining about rules that aren't going to change, or are you getting it done? I am about getting it done, right? The slogan for the state of Oklahoma is labor beats all, right? Labor above all else. Did you work hard? Did you work it? Because that's what it also is with transfer portal stuff and recruiting. It's constant gardening. It's a simple recipe. I just gave it to you. Did you evaluate guys that have won at their position, been productive at their position? The part that's difficult is staying on it, staying in contact with their agents, with their players, with their parents and with players. The viral video of James Franklin with his luggage and the phone, like saying, did the coach from Florida call you, or head coach from Florida call you? Because I'm the head coach. And I don't know a lot of head coaches that are making that call like James Franklin. It's why he's winning at Virginia Tech in recruiting and the portal. Now, you could say he's only just recruiting guys that he already recruited to sign to Penn State, but that's easier said than done. You still got to recruit everybody. And once they get there, sure, that you got them for the year, but you're still looking to contend each and every year. So how on are you willing to be? It seems like Florida State has all the incentive it needs to go to try to do something great, starting with guys like Quintrevion Wisner. My bad, mama.